My name is Tony Coleman, and I'm going to talk a little bit about our experiences at Temenos about using Rational Team Concept. We have offices all over the place. In terms of our development centers, we have 3 in Europe and our big center down in Chennai. It's big, it's scary, it's global, it's mission critical, and we have to do things quicker, better, faster, cheaper, and a new one safer. I think we're all used to having to do things well and quickly and cheaply. Safer is a new one. You take a step back and you realize that you've got an awful lot of systems. And these systems, typically siloed, they've come from acquisitions or perhaps little teams that have written their own stuff, which is cutting across multiple teams in multiple locations, using multiple technologies or multiple tiers and all that fun stuff that we'll have to do with, gets kind of tricky. The numbers don't quite add up because system A and B is telling you X and these other 2 systems are telling you a different number, and suddenly it's all very tricky. What were we going to do about it? Well, I guess the first step was, rather like an alcoholic, is at least recognizing that there was a problem. Myself and some colleagues looked at some of the products out there and suddenly realized, it doesn't have to be like this. I don't have to have a 6 megabyte spreadsheet to understand what the hell's going on. But it was really hard to find out what was going on and how we were getting out and where the money was going, how much time we were spending. So if you ask a bunch of developers, there's a problem about software, and you ask them what they're going to do about it, what do you think the answer is? Interestingly, though, when it really came to it, and I said, okay, so you want to build this, so let's put to one side for the moment that we write banking software and we don't know anything about it. Let's just conveniently put that to one side. Actually, how are you going to do that, and how long is it going to take you? And suddenly, the build it option started to look less attractive. So we asked the users exactly what it is that they thought. And this was very strange for us, especially from the development side. We're so used to being on the other side of the table. We're so used to being the big bad supplier that's getting a kicking from the customers. And suddenly, we were the customers. What it means is I get to kick out all of this stuff and replace it with one solution. So it means that as a developer, I fire up my Eclipse, and every tool that I need is all there. So we have some teams using Agile, using Scrum, some using, I guess we'd say Nimble, I think is a phrase I've heard a bit. But the unexpected benefits are these sort of things. Now, I put this one up here, natural documentation. Because the system is fast and responsive and easy to use, stuff that typically, if you were lucky, was written down in an email and then sat in somebody's inbox, or maybe, if you were slightly luckier, was in a Word document, maybe in a database, maybe in a document management system somewhere. Suddenly this stuff was finding its way onto the work items. So we took Scrum pretty much out of the box. Again, one of the nice things about LTC has some of this stuff out of the box. We took that out of the box, stick it in, great, up and running very quickly. They can see not only their bugs and their issues, but everything else that's out. And if it's fixed, how they get their update, how they get their fix. Don't just do the same old thing in a new system. Don't bring across all of the data you had. Build a relationship with Rational. That really helps. If you understand the people, you understand the business, you understand their vision of what they want to do with this platform, it helps you implement the system. I don't know if you counted how many of those systems we had. Pretty much every single one of them had a different login. So now we use our standard Active Directory, that's our corporate standard. We hook up with RTC through that. One login, one password. It's just so much easier. Thank you very much.